My favorite plays 5 months into Madden 24. Let's get into it. First and foremost, we have a play that I used for about a month or so straight in Madden 24, and you see I'm using the Buffalo Bills, but it's actually found in the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook, and I'm pretty sure it's the only playbook that can find this. We are in the single back wing stack formation, and the play call is going to be steal or drive. Let me hide my face cam really fast. This is it right here, steal or drive. And the reason I'm using the Bills is because they have a fast quarterback, Josh Allen. Josh Allen's very fast. You need someone who's fast when you run this because watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to roll out, and then I actually could have hit the running back for a big play, but we end up taking the backside drag right there. This play is extremely lethal. Now, I can't give away all of the sauce. I can't give away all the details. I have a website where I break down everything in full totality, and you guys can ask me a bunch of questions, but I can give you guys some good information right here. Let's go again. Boom. You see how big that corner route is. I love running this with my tight ends to the wide side of the field. So right now we're on the left hash mark. So my tight ends are going to be on the right hash. If we were on the right hash mark, where would my tight ends be? They'd be to the left, which means I just have to flip the formation. But right now, we're just going to keep this going to the right side. We do have an entire scheme out of this as well. But to break down this play, I like to just double team one of the defensive linemen and then wheel my halfback. And you can see how there's this deep fade, which is going to push everything back. We have a nice deep corner out. This corner out goes about, we're at the 50-yard line. It ends up at about the 18 or so. So it's like a 32-yard corner out, and you could pass lead it even deeper. And we have two backside routes. We have a backside drag and a backside dig. This is going to be able to do a good job against the majority of things we play against. You see this corner out, it can beat man coverage. Right there, a little bit of a bad pass lead by me, but it can beat man coverage at a pretty decently high clip. And again, if we roll out, we're able to see, we have man coverage again. We're able to hit that backside drag. We also could just take off with our quarterback. Let's see if we can just get it right here. Boom. Let's double team him. Hut. Let's roll, 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 roll. And right here is a good example of if you have a fast quarterback, you'll be able just to roll out. But let's say you have a pocket passer. You're in a CFM or you just like whatever. For some reason, you just want a pocket passing QB. Well, you could sit in the pocket and call this play. Now, I would not double team. That's a big mistake I did right there is double teamed. Do not double team if you want to call this play in the pocket, but simply just wheel a halfback. I guess you don't even have to wheel a halfback. And then you're just going to make your progressions. You're going to make your reads, right there. Again, I'm able to hit the underneath. The CPU loves to give up the underneath, but some real players will do a better job against it. This case, I'm just going to block the halfback this time, right? And, actually, they got really good pressure. The halfback did absolutely nothing for me. When I'm under center, I don't love just pocket passing, but you definitely can. This is going to be a double safety blitz, so pressure is definitely going to come in really fast right here. And again, we're going to take a big sack with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, offensive line. Let's do a little bit better job. You see why I like rolling out. But again, you don't 100% have to. Let's go dog. Fall down. We're doing one more rep of this sitting in the pocket. You can do this. The practice mode just doesn't want me to right now, which is very frustrating. Oh, here we go. There. Now you can see it's just a basic flood concept going to that tight end side. Now let's go into play numero dos. Second on my list is no surprise to really anybody. I run this probably more than any other play. Eagles playbook, also in Colts playbook, they're the exact same. Double post. I have 2,600 calls of this, although I feel like I have way more calls of it. I'm surprised it's actually so low. We average 10 a pop with it. Double post is one of the best Madden plays arguably of all time. Well, it's only been meta in 2 Maddens, but when it's been meta, it's been really friggin' good. And there's just a billion different setups you could do with this. Now, I do want to point out that while I have this number 2 on my list, it doesn't mean that it's my second favorite. It's just falls number 2. And immediately you see one of the biggest reasons why I like this play is that there's this post route that absolutely torches both man coverage and zone coverage. They got a little cover 0 look right there. What I like to do as a very basic setup, again, I can't give away everything, but the very basic thing I like to do is to streak, who is this dude? Zakia? Okay, streak RB, the point wide receiver right here, and just snap the ball. Again, there's a lot of different setups you can do, but that's one of the easiest ones, as it gives us a really nice check down combo to the right side with the tight end flat, and then behind the tight end flat was actually a tight end wheel, but he's a flat at first. Behind that, we have DeAndre Swift on this in route, so you have him kind of clearing space over that area, and you're able to fit this ball in. Now, right there wasn't the best example of it, but because the tight end flat pushes flat zones out, you're able to fit in the halfback in route. Right here's more of a better example, although that looked like some sort of match or man. The halfback in route, really, really good, really, really lethal. Something that a lot of people just don't do a good job of getting the halfback in their passing game, and you need to. The halfback's so good in the passing game. It's so good at beating man coverage, so good at beating match coverage, so good at beating the blitz, so good at beating pretty much everything that if you're not using the halfback in your passing game, I mean, you're not really trying to win games. You see, again, we're able to, I shouldn't have thrown like that, but we were able to fit that ball in. Now, if we start working our way up the field a little bit more, and right here, let's say we want to go to this post route, well, you'll see this post route's going to get a step on its man coverage very consistently. Right there, we do get an overthrow, but if it is man or if it is match, the post is going to win an incredible amount of the time. Right here, we have some zone, post route, able to fit that ball in there. I do freeform pretty much everything that's over about 5 yards. So right there was an example of a freeform. Let's go again. We have another cover zero blitz. It will hit that post route very quick. And if you wanted to, instead of streaking that point wide receiver, you could drag him so the play art looks like this. And now we have a little bit of a high-low on the left side because I haven't even talked about this C route that's on the left. This C route is one of the best routes in the game. Watch what happens right here if we don't get absolutely blitzed out of our mind. Boom, C route, able to pass lead that bad boy down and out, and even against the toughest of coverages, you're able to catch that pretty consistently. Now again, that is a freeform. Freeforming does take some skill, and once again, geez, nice sack, dude. Once again, we do have a full guide on that on civil.gg. Code premium gets you a cool 25% off. Let's see right here, boom. You see how this kind of halfback in route gets open in that little seam? Something that's very overlooked. Now, this defense is running a ton of match on us as well right now. When you go into practice mode, a little tip or thing that a lot of people don't realize is that the defense comes out automatically on match, so you have to turn that to default if you don't want that. And now we should get more kind of just pure zone looks. Let's go, boom. See that is a freeform down. I don't even know if I actually got the freeform part of it off, but that is kind of that pass lead. And you'll see I am throwing this post route differently every time, even ever so slightly. Sometimes I'm throwing it early, sometimes I'm throwing it late, sometimes I'm passing it down, sometimes I'll pass lead it up and out. It can kind of change quite a bit. Right here's another example of that. It can change quite a bit, but all in all, we're still throwing that post route. Pass leading is just a thing that takes a lot of practice. We're going to have this post route again if we get some time, able to fit in right there. And again, pass lead it down, able to come down and click on. Let's do one more rep, see if we can get this C route going. It's going to be man coverage. Boom, quick throw that. Nice, and able to get a cool 5 or a cool like 10-yard gain right there, right? Let's go into play number 3 now. For the next one, we are in the Chiefs playbook, and this one is certainly toxic. Shout out to the shitlord for bringing this back to my attention. It's going to be out of the pistol bunch tight end. And it's a speed option. You guys have been seeing me call this a good amount in the past probably 2 weeks or so. And it's really simple. You're going to snap the ball, and you have to make this read. But when the read key, if he attacks you, and even sometimes if he doesn't, but if he attacks you, you're going to hurdle with the Y or triangle button, and then you are going to press LB to pitch the ball. Now, why do you hurdle, you might ask? Well, one, I've been doing this for a few years. You guys remember in Madden 22? This was my red zone. It was out of the Chiefs playbook at a single back pistol wing flex. Close, I think it was. And essentially when you hurdle, they, one, dumb out the defense, and two, typically you'll get more accurate pitch animations, it feels like. Like the pitches get less tipped. The pitches seem to dumb out the defense. The pitches just seem to be better when you get this hurdle. Now you could do it just like that, but again, I do think it dumbs out the defense a little bit when you do that hurdle, so you want to make sure you include that. And you've seen me now run it both to the left and to the right. And you can do that just by flicking the right stick by going left or to the right. Doesn't really matter a ton. But boom, there we go. And there's a few other things you could do around this. Now, you could definitely, there is a really nice passing scheme out of this play, so keep that in mind that you can throw the rock pretty well to this. But one thing I want to point out is that motioning can be used to your advantage as it can, one, change the pitch key, and two, when you snap the ball, you can potentially get an extra blocker going to the direction you want to go. So if you're trying to go to the right and they have, a balanced defense, well, you can motion this guy. Now we just have an extra blocker going to the right. And in this case, boom, the extra blocker maybe picks up, maybe gets us a few more yards, et cetera, et cetera. You guys kind of get the idea. Or if they're in man coverage like this, let's say we want to motion to the right here. Now we're actually going the other way. We just brought a defender away from us. Now we get a one-on-one pitch, and we have big play potential. Maybe you have jukebox right here, or maybe they just are misaligned, something like that, and you could potentially break off a big run doing this. Now, you could also turn the ball over doing this. I have definitely done that my fair share of times, so keep that in mind. I don't believe this is overpowered, and I will say one of the best ways to stop this is really just by using the halfback and making the pitch at you. You can stop this for a pretty realistic amount of the time if you are a decent Madden player, but it can definitely result in a lot of plays like this too. It's definitely annoying. It's best used when it's mixed in with an entire offensive scheme, like passing the ball, audibling to some other stuff. Like, we are dropping something on Civil GG with this, where we're going to be audibling a lot to the bunch strong nasty, because I think this formation is really, really good. And we'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff from this, where, boom, we go A, bang. And now we're able to build a pretty good, solid scheme with the foundation of a pretty toxic play, which is just fun to do. You see right there how the defender kind of dumbs out, although I even made the wrong read. Let's see if we can get an example of us taking it with the quarterback really fast. Let's go to the left. Boom. And, not the best, but you could take it with the quarterback sometimes. I've had some big quarterback runs. With that being said, boys, if you could do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get us to 20,000 subscribers here soon. It's a big goal of mine. This is obviously our second channel, and I try to give out educational yet entertaining content every single day. We have like a 600-something day upload streak. I appreciate y'all. See y'all in the next video.